At this point, our data model is finalized, and we've written most of the measures we need. Let's build a page in our report dedicated to just a monthly analysis of our budget. We already have most of the ingredients on the page we've been using, so we just need a few additional visuals. First, let's go to our marketplace from the visualizations pane and import a new custom visual. We're going to import one called Bullet Chart by OKViz. OKViz is a group out there that makes free custom visuals for Power BI, and this is one of my favorites. Bullet charts are great at visualizing a goal or target, like a budget amount, and comparing it to some actual amount. In this case, in this case, we want to compare our monthly budget to our actual expenses. We'll start by dragging and dropping columns and measures onto it to begin our configuration. Let's put our category column in the category section. Then we'll put our budget amount measure in the target section and our expenses measure in the value section. Next, we'll sort by the budget amount in descending order. When we look at our new bullet chart, we can see all our categories along the y-axis, and each category has a blue bar which starts at the y-axis and then flies out towards the right side of the chart. These are our expenses. Each category also has a thin black bar that represents the target or our budget amount. What we're seeing in this chart is our budgets versus actuals for the month of April 2019. This bullet chart visual has some great formatting options, so let's explore those for a moment. We'll select our bullet chart, then go to the format settings. First things first, let's turn off the value axis because it's redundant info and we don't need it. Then let's go to the conditional color setting. This section allows us to change the color of our bars whenever they meet certain criteria. Our goal is to make the bars turn red whenever our expenses exceed our budget for the month. The first drop-down allows us to choose our logical conditions, such as less than, equal to, or greater than. We'll choose is greater than, and then we'll go to our color picker and choose a nice red shade. Now, when we look at our bullet chart, any category where expenses exceeded the budget for that month are automatically shaded red. Another visualization we may find useful for analyzing budgets is a chart that compares the running total of our budget amount versus our actual expenses year to date. For this, we just need to add a new measure that employs the dates YTD time intelligence function. Before we create this chart, we need to move to another page because this measure that we just created is a year-to-date measure, and our monthly budget page is limited to just 1 month at a time. So we'll move back to our previous page, which gives us a year-over-year perspective. Let's move some things around to make room for our new chart. Then let's create an area chart. We'll put our months on the x-axis, then put the budget amount YTD and our values first. Then we'll follow it up with our expenses YTD measure. We'll format it the same as our other year-to-date charts by changing the background measure to a light gray and making its line dotted. Then we'll change the expenses measure to red. Looking at our chart, we can see that we've been spending under our budget for most of the year, except for our massive expenditures in June. We can also make some more measures for analyzing our budget to look at how much is remaining. Two easy examples would be the budget remainder in dollars and the budget remainder as a percentage of the overall budget. Before we go any further, let's make sure our new measures are correctly added to the metrics table and categorized in the right display folder. We'll put them all in a folder named Budget. We'll go to our Data tab, go to the Measure Tools tab, and change the Home table to Metrics for all three of our new metrics. Then we'll reformat so that our budget remaining percentage measure is shown as a percentage, and our other two measures are shown as currency. Lastly, we'll move all three measures into the budget display folder. Again, just making sure that our fields pane is kept nice and organized. We could then combine these measures with our other data and maybe some conditional formatting to create ways of highlighting categories when we've gone over budget. For instance, let's create a table with category, budget amount, expenses, and budget remaining in dollars. Budget remaining in dollars seems to have some extra digits out to the side, so we're going to change the number of decimal places to 2 and hit enter to reformat it. Then let's just add some simple conditional formatting on the budget remaining. Let's just do an icon. Where if the budget remaining is this way, with a little conditional formatting, we can see where our biggest deviations in our budget and our spending have been. In our next few videos, we'll wrap up week 3 by showing you ways to improve the look and feel of your Power BI reports.